The podcast, which you are about to listen to, is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 3 library staff members, tasked with picking films for each other to view. It is all the more tragic that they were relatively young, but had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished to listen to as much of the mad and macabre as they were to experience this day. For them, a day at the office became a nightmare. The events of this discussion were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre podcasts in the annals of American history, the Real Opposites Podcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Real Opposites. I'm Aaron,
I'm Josh.
I'm Tobey.
and we are back to discuss Weapons. It was kind of just like our combined choice.
Yeah.
It's
For
our
this
new movie
episode.
of the month.
It's like
Yeah, that's true.
it's a horror movie. It's a new movie.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Yeah,
So
why not? It might as well.
yeah, so this
Come to the Real Opposites. Or might as well.
Might
You
as
might
well.
as well listen. To
might as well. Real Opposites might as well.
We're
Yeah.
just as mediocre as every other podcast out there. Might as well listen to us.
And there's so many.
There is. But this was released originally when?
Earlier this year.
Yeah, I mean it
wanna
was
say-
like summer or fall.
Yeah, I think it was. It came out in August.
Okay, August.
Soon.
Yeah,
So it's pretty new, but we do have it here already.
yeah, we have it on DVD and Blu-ray at the library.
Okay. So, I think you went to the theaters and saw it?
Yeah, I saw it opening weekend when it came out. There was a lot of buzz around it,
Yeah, this
Early.
is one I know I wanted to see and I just didn't make it to see it.
and so watching it again for the podcast. I probably liked it less,
Than you did
Um,
the first time.
and I wasn't crazy about it the first time.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It feels kind of slapdash. Like it was just kind of thrown together. It doesn't feel very cohesive to me.
Mm.
Even though I like more what it represents
Mm-hmm.
for the industry.
Yeah.
That like a small, relatively low budget movie, just did really well, and
Right.
adults went to go see it. So I like that. The movie itself didn't really hold together for me. The most enjoyable part for me was the ending with the kids chasing. Spoilers.
Oh yeah, with the kids
the
chasing
witch.
Yeah.
And just ripping her apart.
Right.
Aren't
I
glad
was
it's-
Literally ripping
Yeah,
it.
I was howling.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
Yeah, that was
Because they do these like full on like Jason Bourne shots, where it's just like following this girl and she's just busting through door after door,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the Terminator.
yeah.
It's just like this. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I like that the movie like is. But that's like you get to that part, it doesn't feel like the movie's building to that for me. It just feels like, oh, this is really cool. This little nugget of a sequence in the movie that wasn't really grabbing my attention.
I do feel like in a similar way, I did like a lot of this movie. I very much enjoyed the movie overall, but I do feel like it was disjointed.
Yeah.
Like there were definitely like most of the sequences I liked. They didn't necessarily feel like they flowed in
Cut
a
together, right.
reasonable way. Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's kind of the same issue we had when we watched it, because we went up and we watched it with my parents, so there was like 4 of us watching it. And we talked about it afterwards. But I like when a movie you have it from different points of view. So I really enjoyed that,
Right.
and I did enjoy the movie overall. But I was even confused at one point because they didn't really let you know you're going back in time for each person at first.
Okay.
So I thought at first it took a few minutes for me to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think that's because
we're
of
all
the same
coming
way.
to
It
the
just
same
kind of
point,
felt
basically.
disjointed, not really cut in a way that was like, okay, now we're taking the whole day from this point of view. It took me a few minutes to figure that out.
Okay.
So I will say I agree with that. Just kind of,
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know, disjointed.
I did that didn't bother me. It's it's more just like kind of what Toby was saying. Like it feels like they're individual sequences are very good, but they don't gel to they don't gel together very
Oh,
well.
okay.
They
And
are
like and it don't
tonally-
and the movie seems very vague on like what it is
And what's
wanting to
going on.
say.
Yeah.
I get that they were trying to. No, I see. I don't think it was big on like because the whole movie, from start to finish, is about addiction and specifically like alcoholism, and they like throw that out from the very beginning. It like the AA symbol is in the O.
It is, yeah.
And I like so I don't feel like I missed that. I feel like that was they spent maybe too much on that and not enough on making a coherent narrative
Yeah, well,
between that, you know.
I feel like they want so many things to be the weapons, like whether it's alcoholism or the automatic rifles or like anything else that's going to harm children.
Yeah.
Is that it doesn't really pick its battle. It just kind of is
Yeah.
too broad
Yeah.
for like a relatively low,
Right.
like low stakes kind of movie.
Right.
And the ultimate conceit is that the like the children are the like that she is using people I guess as weapons, which
Right.
is cool. Like I will say the Aunt Gladys portion had a similar effect to she's a neat villain. I find her
Yeah.
interesting. I want to know more about her in the same way that I wanted to know more about it's not his name isn't coming to me, but the vampire from Sinners.
Oh,
Rennick, like
yeah, Rennick. Yeah.
Rennick. Yeah, I wanted to know more about like his story before this. I want to know more about her.
I feel like you at least got some like with Sinners with Rennick, like you got some like they were alluding to a lot, like
Yeah.
where he came from, and they mentioned like something. I think in the movie they mentioned something about the ship.
I
or
don't
something.
think they mentioned the ship in the
I know, but-
movie, but they did in the
the little
advertising,
But I think there's enough to where he's Irish and they talk like about how his people were something like in
Yeah.
the movie. Like there's with Aunt Gladys, I feel like I just was like she just felt like plopped into this
Right.
Mhm.
I
narrative
wanted,
that was like, okay, there's a witch.
and I get that they like that's the thing is like I get that they didn't want to give away too much in order to keep like it suspenseful, but I don't think they gave enough. I think
Yeah.
they needed to give a little bit more here. But like I said, overall, still really enjoyed the movie. I would still put it at a solid like for me probably like a 3. If we're going at 5, like a 3.5. Like I think it was better than average by a good bit.
Yeah.
It did have a lot of like positive like aspects in terms of like I thought the production value was really nice. It had good actors, and like every actor is doing their best in the role, like in the role
Yeah.
that they're given. And like I said, and I enjoyed the sequences individually. I just feel like it was it was just missing its connective tissue.
It feels like a lot of short films
Yeah, it feels like
cut together.
I would take it with the horror trope. I guess it feels like more of like skeleton and skin, and it's missing its muscles underneath.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't have whatever is like.
Yeah,
together.
I would agree, and because I did enjoy it, I really did like it. I think Mark and my dad kind of were on the fence about it, but the more we talked about it, like I think they enjoyed it too. But it's just overall, I think it's good, and I possibly would honestly watch it again. And maybe I wouldn't like it as much
I
on
could
the
see it
second
being
watch.
less fun on a rewatch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
it's
is
not.
that like that what is going on here, which they do a good job with.
They
the-
do. I mean,
what
you
is
really
happening.
don't
You
know.
don't know what's happening.
I
Yeah.
will say that it was something that did keep me guessing. What I don't know if it was trying to do it as well as it did or not, but I honestly didn't know what was going on.
I feel like with some of the films where they're trying to leave you guessing until like the last scene or the the last big reveal, and you go back and rewatch them, you can kind of see the clues and with this one, there wasn't any. I felt like there wasn't enough of a reveal because they reveal that she's a witch pretty early and that she's got the kids. So the only real cathartic part is where the kids rip her up.
How do we get?
Yeah.
How do you even begin to fight something like that in the unlike I have a friend who had an issue with like he's like witches in the modern era just aren't believable, and I was like I guess that's fine, but like I was like, how do you deal with a witch that can turn you
Can use you.
into her own weapon?
Yeah.
Right.
Like it can make you bash in the skull of the person that you love most in the world. Like how do
that
you,
was crazy.
that was brutal. Like
was
there,
very
like I said,
brutal.
there are like some really good emotional payoffs in segments in this. It just doesn't. They don't all go together. Like I felt so bad for the kid Alex every time they would
Yeah.
cut to him, like where he's just like dealing with this and like trying, and that shows. And they did a really good job of like having a parentified child figure, which is what addiction does
Yeah.
to a lot of children, is make them have to essentially caretake for their parents. And I liked seeing that. Like I said, they knew what they were like trying to talk about, at least, which I can give them that. And I think they talked about some of those things well, in terms of, like I said, it's very. I think their main thing that they want to talk about is alcoholism, because that is the main thing that is harming people in the like actual characters within the movie. But like, and then taking that to a horror place. But I don't think they did that quite as successfully as they could have, except for with, I think Alex really showed the like, and then the witch showing like, oh, I need, like, I thought that this would fix it, but I need more than this to fix what is wrong with me. And just but yeah, I mean, I wanted more. I mean, I feel like it is implied that like she is draining the vitality from these people, but like that's not given enough, I don't think.
Yeah,
and
well, I mean, so much of the movie is like based in this like very grounded reality, and then
Right.
you're just kind of throwing this very eccentric, like, Joker-ish kind of witch
Yeah.
into, and which makes her, contrast with the reality of the movie.
all right.
But it also just makes her feel like she doesn't belong in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, how did you live this long if this is the extent you're willing to take? Like, how did you not get caught?
Yeah.
Like, at
Yeah,
some
and-
point in your life.
And like, what's
Like you definitely stick out.
Yeah.
and I mean, it's like, it feels like he wants to say something, but he doesn't, like Zach Cregger, the director and writer, but he doesn't like want to invest in like building the like world of the film. He just wants to say the thing and just say the thing, because it's very in your face. So much like, even like with I mean, I'm sure we're talking about like the dream sequence with the 217 is like, I mean, if you just look it up real quick, it's like, that's, with that, like, it could be a lot of different things. But it's all kind of coming back to the main point of the film is how we harm children and turn them into weapons, weaponize them. And but I don't know, like it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, you needed something like for her, like you needed, if she's the Joker, you need a Batman.
Yeah.
You need some counter, and they try to do that with the Josh Brolin character a little bit. And he's, I think, the best part of like, those two are the best part of the movie, but
Yeah.
they're not eccentric enough.
Right.
I would just like it to go
A little
more.
deeper,
Farther.
yeah.
Or for her to be less like
Outlandish.
outlandish and in not competent.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how did no one, like, it is unbelievable that no one has been checking up on this kid
Oh, yeah.
routinely enough to notice that, like, I haven't seen his parents come out of the house in 6 months.
Yeah.
Or, like, I haven't, like, his...
I mean, neighbors would be like, did they move?
Did they move?
like,
Why
Right.
have they papered
they
all
die?
their windows?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
what-
there's newspaper all over the windows. Something's weird.
something
Obviously.
is off. Yeah. Like, so
There were
are
a few things like that I just kind of was like, that's not believable.
Yeah, that's not believable. And again, I don't think, because I mean, I think she is implied to be like some kind of like 300-year-old witch
Yeah, but
that
like,
has sustained her life because it's like the mom's aunt Gladys.
Yeah.
And then it's her aunt, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like she's beyond a normal human lifespan. And it's like, how did you live this long if you are this stupid? Which is like not believable for a villain, I feel like.
Right.
I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
you want her to be more. It would be better if she were more sinister and more clever rather than this like over the top.
Or
Like,
Aloof.
or more in the background.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and but like the way they went with her, I feel like the movie needed to stylistically be more congruent with like her.
Mm-hmm.
So it needed to be more, a little bit more ballsy with the style. Because I mean, this is. I don't know if either of you have seen Prisoners.
I haven't.
Denis Villeneuve. I can't pronounce it. It was, I think, his first American film with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm.
And it's about children. Their children were abducted, and they can't find them. And like Paul Dano is like the guy that everyone suspects, and they end up kidnapping him. Anyway, it's a terrific film, perfect film. So it feels like that, and he said that inspired him. So it seems like he just did that, but without any of the subtext, and just threw a witch in there.
Yeah.
And had like a zany sequence at the end, and like a couple of like very loud gore violent moments.
Yeah.
There wasn't like, unlike Prisoners, like there's not this like underbelly of tension that just runs throughout the whole movie, and like you really feel the parents, like their pain and frustration, and like feeling that they can't do anything to find their children, and it just feels very superficial to me.
Yeah, and
despite the
would
good
agree.
performances.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a good looking movie, and it has good performances. But I do see what you're saying with that. It's just, like I said, overall I liked it. I really enjoyed it. But there were a good amount of parts where I needed more. There was parts that weren't believable. There were parts that were too much. And I mean, as far as like Aunt Gladys sometimes, but there also were some really good parts, and emotional part. I mean, when that guy turns to his husband and bashes in his face, like,
yeah,
I didn't expect that. Like, it caught me off guard. So there were some, and I like that I did not guess it was a witch. I mean, until it's revealed, but
it just feels out of left field. That whole thing.
It does.
The whole witch angle. It feels like tacked on.
But I did like that it was different than a lot of things going on in movies these days.
Well, and I feel like
I did feel like it was at least a different movie than some of the others.
Well, and I mean, but I will say, like, this actor this director is capable, or Zach Greger is capable of creating a film that is suspenseful and well connected. Like, I love Barbarian.
Barbarian's very good.
Barbarian's like stunning.
Yeah.
So like,
it similarly kind of goes off the rails a little bit.
It does,
but for the first like hour or so, it's more coherent and more like in line with what you're expecting out of that movie.
I don't mind things suddenly turning and ramping up in the last act if it feels like it's
been building
happen and been building to that. And with Barbarian, you got a lot of backstory for the Barbarian.
Yeah,
like you got a lot of like what is like what we were building to, like where all the rage comes from.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of that. Like, so I think that felt earned. And I think this could have stayed in a relatively grounded opening and then felt earned if we got a little more about like the villain, or about like just a little bit, like we just need a little more about like how we got to the extent that we've gone. How do 17 children disappear and they can't find them?
It's a great premise. It's a great trailer. It's a great trailer. I think that's also like that's what got a lot of butts in seats. It's like, oh, that's a really like what did happen to these 17 kids?
I mean, it's also a classic premise. It's the Pied Piper, right? So how do you do this differently, and how do you make it work?
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll find out more, because I'm sure they're going to do like a prequel series.
I've heard that they're going to do like a prequel about Aunt Gladys.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know how real it is, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, like I said, I think that is the main issue with the film, is that she doesn't quite make sense without more exposition than I guess they wanted to give.
And really like a clear motive.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just, and I don't know, like it.
I mean, I guess it's to stay alive.
But it's given in a throwaway line.
Yeah.
Like she shows up and she's like, I really thought that your parents would fix me, but I'm going to need more. And that's when
Right.
she asked him to get stuff from all the kids in school and stuff.
Yeah,
And
but like, what is that? Like that? So she needs what from the kids to like?
I feel like we needed her to be like obviously draining their life force or eating them or something.
Right.
Or
That's
something
the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause
what
it's
is
just
she
like,
doing
what-
with them?
Yeah, it was
Is
just
it
like, well, she's just holding, like, she's got them like in a trance in the house, and then, but like,
what's that do for her? How does it?
exactly? Because like
how does
you
it
look
work?
you look like the Joker.
Yeah.
and you're not
Like,
looking
like,
better.
You're not like
Yeah.
if this is
And
if
if
this is
she-
you on a good day.
Right.
And I think
And is
that-
she sick? Is that why she has to do this, or
Yeah.
has she had to do this all her life? Like,
Yeah. And I think the point,
because that goes back to that's not believable that she does this all the time and she hasn't been caught.
yeah, I
kinda
think, I
thing.
think the point, I mean, maybe the point he was trying to make is that like at some point when you've done enough of something, it stops working as well,
Mm-hmm.
and you need more and more to continue to work.
For
but
sure.
like, and at some point, like you just do so much that
Bottom
it
out.
gets you killed.
Yeah.
Which I think is what he was going for
Yeah.
here. But
I guess that
there
makes sense,
should
yeah.
be. There should be some build up to that,
Yeah.
though. Like, if we were going to reveal that Aunt Gladys was a witch and had the children halfway through the film, if we had gotten a sequence somewhere in there that was like Aunt Gladys 50 years ago doing something like this for the first time,
Yeah.
and it had given us the like,
Or this is her first time.
or this different, like, or it gave us like, this is her getting, like, how is this what she needs,
Yeah.
and what does this serve?
How does it? Yeah.
I
How does it work?
I mean, I like witches eating children is like a
That's a-
long-standing
yeah.
trope. Like that's a thing, I guess.
But like none of the
like,
children are missing in
But
the
none of
end.
the children are missing at the
I
end.
she
feel like
didn't eat anybody.
there's just a better version of this movie without the witch angle.
Yeah,
Like whoever, like if it did
There's-
turn out to be like the Julia Garner, like the teacher who had, was somehow manipulating them, meant like
yeah.
to
Leave.
run out of their houses. We're gonna, and
Yeah.
I don't like.
There's a better version of this movie with the witch angle if some of the children die. Like if
Yeah.
there is a clearly like you're racing against the clock and they don't
Right.
know there's a clock on getting these kids back.
I think if you're going to go a witch angle, you need to lean into it
Yeah.
more.
I think we go with the witch angle where you see a baby getting made into paste.
yeah.
Like
I mean, they do enough other screwed up stuff in this movie. They might as
That's
well.
exactly.
Right,
I mean, I feel like
exactly,
this
like-
movie went there.
Yeah.
It just didn't go there with the witch stuff, and I think that would have made it a little better.
And all the kids are left with is trauma, which again I get when what they were trying to talk about with the movie is
Right.
addiction. But like you can try to talk about stuff like that with a
Yeah.
horror movie, but at the end of the day, you are still making a horror movie.
Yeah, and if
Make a horror movie.
it's trying
Like-
too hard to tell me things that are very obvious. You're very obviously
Yes.
trying that you're just saying like it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not hard to. It's too on the nose.
it is.
You know,
And it's like, and it loses what it's trying to be. And what it's trying to be is
Like-
a horror movie.
yeah.
And
I mean,
like-
horror works really well when the social commentary is like the subtext
Mhm.
Right.
and not the like just straight right there in your
Mm-hmm.
front of your face.
Like,
This is the thing.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
it's like, okay, that's cool. Make like a PSA online. Like I don't
Right.
need that in the movie.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think you're right, Toby. I mean, it is something. If you're going to make a horror movie, it needs to be a horror movie,
First.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then
You're
the
saying-
rest.
And then the rest, yeah. Which horror has always been subversive and always been commentary, but like it needs to stand on
mean-
its own as a movie without what it's trying to say.
I mean, look at
Yes.
the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Regularly considered one of, if not the creepiest, scariest movies ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about so much.
Mhm.
If you know anything about the time when it was made and when it takes place, and but it is never not just this unsettling experience that you don't forget.
Right.
Yeah.
And all that other stuff is like, if you watch it more, you like start to see these like the symbolism and but it works first and foremost as horror and suspense.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, ultimately it's with horror in particular, it, like if a comedy, comedy can have a lot of subtext, but ultimately if it doesn't make you laugh,
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
it's not a very good comedy.
Yeah.
If an action movie doesn't thrill you, or, it's not a good action movie.
Right.
So ultimately, there has to be something in there that you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
you know.
Out of the things that have come out this year, I think it was really solid, comparatively.
It's been a pretty good year for horror.
It's been a decent year,
Like-
but I don't think that this was bad though.
No, it's definitely I don't think it's like up there with like Sinners or
Oh, Sinners, yeah, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
or even
Sinners
Final
was really good.
Destination.
Yeah,
I
Final
forget that
Destination
that
was
came
really
out this
good.
year. That was good. Sinners is my favorite movie that's come out this year, and it might be in the running for the last 5 years.
Okay.
I really love Sinners. So, but I don't know. I like this better than like we were talking the other night. Than Companion.
Oh, you like this more than
I
Companion?
did like this. More.
Oh no, I really like Companion.
I like
I need to
Companion a
watch
lot,
Companion,
but I
yeah.
like this a
That-
little bit more. I just think it was
See that
like interesting.
to me, Companion did what this one
hmm
is not doing. Whereas like it's
The subtext is there, but it's not.
that, but also it's working as like a a mystery. Like they're giving you breadcrumbs to like leading you down this path. And I felt like, and that's the most fun thing about like a horror suspense movie is like you feel like the director or the writer is it's playing puppet master. He's got you on the strings. And that's something like Hitchcock or De Palma, like they always do really well. Is like you feel like the director's like teasing you, like here, come here, look at this thing, like and
I will say Companion's more rewatchable. I think.
yeah, I haven't rewatched it, but I just really enjoyed that one, and it felt very concise and like
And I like her, and I like the boy who's in.
Dennis Quaid's kid.
Yeah,
Jack, was it Jack Quaid?
Jack Quaid.
Which I didn't realize he was Dennis Quaid's kid until like
Oh, I
not
didn't
that
know
long
either,
ago.
Yeah, no, Jack Quaid.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Wasn't he the killer in Scream?
Yes,
Spoilers.
Yeah. Sorry, spoilers.
Not that it matters.
it's like it's.
Which one
that's
was that? The
two
fifth
back.
one or the
That's
sixth
the fifth one.
Fifth.
It's the fifth
Scream
one.
fifth.
Fifth one.
It's the
Yeah,
fifth
Scream fifth. Scream 5.
I Scream fifth.
one. Scream the fifth.
Screameth the fifth.
Yeah. Speaking of Scream, this is totally off subject, but
There's a new one.
it's not. Well, yes, there's a new one coming out in February, I think.
Yeah.
But no, there is a really good book called. It's called something, and
Oh, this is very helpful.
Hold on.
Very helpful
Pause the
aside
edit for a second.
on the podcast. Can you
I
find
think
the
it's
name
called
of the
your
book?
favorite scary movie.
How the
Yeah.
Scream rewrote the rules of horror.
Yeah, so it's there's a really good book, Your Favorite Scary Movie, How the Scream Films Rewrote the Rules of Horror. It's by Ashley Collins. She does interviews with just about everybody ever involved other than Wes Craven because he's dead, in the Screams, and it goes through each movie, and I don't know, it was a really, really good book. I just recently finished it, and you mentioned Scream, and I just wanted to tell you about that book.
Okay. That sounds great.
Plug for the book. It sounds good. I love books about movies. So.
I like
So, I should probably buy it for the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should
of
get
course.
that.
So
I'd read it.
It's actually really good, and I will plug for the audiobook because Richard Jackson reads it.
Who's that?
Scream.
Oh, he's
Ghostface.
the voice. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's the
cool.
voice of Ghostface.
That's cool.
That's neat.
Speaking of like Scream, like talking about a movie that works as a horror film,
mhm.
but also works really like brilliantly as
Commentary.
as a satire, as a commentary on teenage culture at that point, and the influence of violence in media or whatever. It's perfect. Also works brilliantly as like a horror / comedy. Like it's it's a classic.
Yeah.
At this point.
Did I say Roger Jackson or Richard Jackson?
I don't
You
know.
said
It's Roger.
Richard. It's Roger Jackson.
It's Roger Jackson.
That's Roger Jackson.
Yeah, and I think it feels like Scream is finally getting its notice. Like used to be, you go to Spirit Halloween, and no, I'm saying just as like even a merchandise thing.
Oh, okay.
Because it used to be you couldn't get Scream stuff. As a Scream fan, it's only been the last few years that I've really been able to like go
I
into
feel
a
like-
store and
I feel like there's always
Ghostface.
been like ghost faces
I've
available. But it's-
costume,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
like the costume.
But yeah, like I guess like
beyond that,
a lot of like like shirts at Walmart and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
and like a lot of horror shirts, you have the killers, and he was never one of them.
no. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd
Well,
be
I
like,
think
I feel like reverence for Scream has finally, like, I mean, the original Scream has always been revered. I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
by
yeah, for
horror
sure.
Fans, but I
Yeah, I
think
didn't mean
it
the
has
movie
like
itself.
moved out beyond horror fans into
Mhm.
like the public eye as a thing. But I think that has still more to do with the younger generation. Is finally there's a big slasher franchise out right now that is massive, and they're going
Terrifier.
back in time. Yeah, Terrifier, and they're going back and discovering the other slasher villains
Yeah.
because they're getting into
Yeah.
Terrifier, and like and so Scream is, I think the next for a teenager, Ghostface is fun. Like
Yeah.
every time, Ghostface is fun for an adult, but for a teen, Ghostface is always fun.
Yeah, and it's I mean, and those rely on it's like the who done it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like you don't when you get beyond the first one, it's like, well, who's Ghostface this one? And there's
Right.
always a cast of characters you have to figure out who's the
Yeah.
killer. And but yeah, I mean, like I feel like you had the first three, and they came out so quickly
Mhm.
within a few years, and then that was it. That was Scream. You had a trilogy, and of course, then they've done the new ones, and it's reached that nostalgia point where I think it was 2022 when the fifth one came out.
Mhm.
So you're 26 years out from the original,
Mhm.
and people my age that saw the original are now they have kids
Right.
Yeah.
or
Showing their
probably
children.
teenagers who are like and screams like the polite slasher.
Right.
Because it also, like, when people say that it was scary, I was like, I thought it was more of a comedy when I saw it
yeah,
in '96. So it's like it's more accessible than Hellraiser or
Right.
Candyman,
Yeah.
because it's like you can show
Sure.
it to a teenager and like
Yeah.
the violence isn't too bad and there's not any nudity and like it's
Yeah.
yeah.
it's really and it's just a really sharp, funny movie.
Mhm.
And that's happened a lot with like as far as like legacy sequels.
Mhm.
It's like stuff from the '90s. Those people are now adults who grew up with those
Right.
movies, and they have kids, so they can take them. It's happened. Scream is definitely like the best example, and I guess the new Halloweens as far
Yeah,
as
that's what I was going to mention.
as far as
also
like
the Halloweens.
horror.
Yeah.
Those kids are bringing their kids,
Yeah,
and it's a generational thing. And
which is cool.
I
Yeah.
had one of our teens, and he was for Halloween. He was dressed up as Jason, but was not allowed to wear his mask for his school costume, even though
Wow.
other kids were in mask.
Why?
I don't know.
That's
He was
messed.
like-
It's
he
a
was like,
hockey
I had to
mask.
have it in my pocket. I wasn't allowed to wear it at school, and I was like, so he would just
Wait,
was
other
just,
kids were allowed to wear masks?
like,
But
for
he
some
wasn't?
of their classroom and stuff. I think it's because he's a slasher. But
That's some
was
bullshit.
Like, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they were allowed
Just
to wear
ban
their
costumes
masks
altogether
generally,
then.
but,
Yeah, like,
like,
I get like not wearing it all day, but like if you're
Yeah.
posing for like a class picture or
Right.
something,
Yeah.
like
Or if the rule was no masks.
then no masks.
Then
Right.
No mask. But
Then
like,
no
I was
mask.
just like, how do you wear a Jason? Like, yeah, but I mean,
Otherwise, he's just a dude and like
in like old, like,
Worn
I,
out
I
Right.
was like, what is
I
your
mean, I've
costume
heard of
today?
like
And I
you're
was-
not allowed to bring the weapons.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I get
weapons.
that.
But I also don't get like no, like I mean, get no mask to a certain extent, but like, it's a hockey mask.
Right.
It's also man, it's
It's no different than like wearing like something just right here. Like you can take
it's
it off.
Halloween, man.
Like,
Right.
let
Let
the kids have fun.
some fun.
Let them have a day where
World,
they get to,
the world sucks. Like
let the
Yeah.
kids have some fun.
Yeah.
Halloween.
And I would hate to be
And
a
also,
kid
like,
growing up in
it's
this world.
nice
So
that they're like
let them
in
have some
8th
fun.
grade and still want to wear costumes on Halloween. Like they're
Right.
not
Yeah.
too cool
Let 'em
for
enjoy
it yet.
life.
Let them have fun.
that sucks.
Let them show up and like have a good time. Like I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I get it to a certain extent if it like becomes an issue of like not knowing. But like once they're in the school, let them wear the mask. Like
Yeah.
you check if they're the actual students at the door, right? Hopefully, like.
I mean, it's a roll call. I'm assuming like,
Yeah.
in class, but yeah, I mean, I think
Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like it's less fun, like if they don't get to wear their whole costume to school. Like, our
Yeah, and
kids
that's
wear
our
face
soapbox
paint.
for
That's
today.
our soapbox for today. Kids are like,
let your kids wear the damn mask
Let
for
your kids wear the mask
Halloween.
on
You
Halloween.
never know when a witch is going to turn them and
Yeah.
whatever against each
Yeah.
other.
They might need that machete.
Like, I mean, I get not. Yeah, I don't know, man. I get. That was just. I mean, it's no fun. Just let them have fun. They're like they don't get to have fun anymore. Like ever. Like
Yeah.
kids don't just get to be dumb and be kids. They're like supervised or filmed all the time about every like.
Oh, they
you know.
are.
I know, but
Yeah.
like
Also true.
that's true. But
That's, going off on a tangent, I was
Yeah.
watching the John Oliver piece about police chases and like how, I don't know, 1,600 people die a year in police chases, most of them like bystanders or the drivers, and how I think George.
But this episode was about weapons.
yeah.
Yes.
That is the movie that
Well,
we
that
watched.
speaks to like how much there's talk about weapons.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think overall Weapons was decent. I enjoyed it. I like that it attempted something a little different. I don't know. I feel like so much anymore we're getting movies that are just the same
Yeah,
story,
I mean,
same all the time.
Despite all the problems, like at least it's not, Captain Marvel 3 or something.
Exactly.
Like it's not.
Yeah.
And then we're so starved for like decent adult content that like
Mhm.
even mediocre movies like this are.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a chapter, like a deleted scene that is devoted to Gladys.
It's
and her
probably
backstory.
should
We
have left
probably needed that.
Yeah, I probably should have left some element of that
Yeah.
in the movie.
Probably should have left that alone because he does the reel so early. It's not like showing a chapter about her would
Yeah.
ruin the like suspense
right.
of like
True.
because the suspense then became like, okay, we know where the kids are, we know what stands between you and the kids. How on earth do you deal with that? Like,
Yeah, it's not drawn out enough.
no,
Because the moment she brings out like that stick and starts like doing stuff with it, it's like, well, okay, I guess she's a witch.
like I wanted a little more
Yeah.
of that. I wanted to know more about the witch. I always do. That's why I like a good witch movie.
I mean, I wouldn't tell people not to watch it. I thought
It's worth a
I
watch.
enjoyed it.
It's worth a watch, yeah,
Worth
for
a
sure.
I did enjoy it. It's still worth a watch. It's something that can be picked apart for sure. But it's still worth a watch.
But I think it was better than like most of what's out there right now, which is
Yeah, no, I
think
agree.
it was-
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I thoroughly enjoyed the watch. I was in suspense for
Mhm.
most of the time that I watched it. I did care about the characters. The acting was really good across the board. Like this movie had a lot of really good parts. It just had a little bit of a
Connection.
it seems
Yeah.
kind of come apart when you pick at them, you know.
Yeah.
And I think you could do that with most movies, but with this one, it particularly needed a little more connections.
For sure.
I agree.
Well, I guess that will do it for this little podcast about weapons. But next time,
We're watching another horror movie.
Good do it.
I was trying to make it suspenseful. But yeah, surprise, surprise. Real Opposites is doing horror again. We're going to do Thanksgiving.
Ba-bum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eli Roth Thanksgiving.
Delicious.
Okay. And that's from when?
2023.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's not that old.
No. Thanksgiving came from a Grindhouse trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So it's
Yeah.
it's
I remember y'all telling me that before.
and I think it might be the best one that came from a Grindhouse trailer that I can think of.
Like the best. I mean, there's only that in Machete that's
Yeah.
been made.
Yeah. And Machete's fun,
Machete
but
don't
this
text.
is a real good movie.
Yeah, Machete is not good. Machete should have
love
works
Machete, though.
works better as a trailer than
Yeah.
it does as a movie, or at least
Danny
like.
Trejo's fun.
I mean, yeah, Danny Trejo and then like Steven Seagal coming in at the end. I'm like, holy shit, is that Steven Seagal?
yeah. Yeah,
He's
that
fat.
Yeah.
He got big.
he did.
Hadn't seen him in a while.
But
No, like, Thanksgiving is based on the Grindhouse, which Eli Roth directed.
okay. So join us next time as we
Yeah.
discuss Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. And that will come out
On Thanksgiving.
on Thanksgiving.
So it's
Aren't we cool?
perfect to share, after you get your tryptophan
Mm-hmm.
coma over with,
Yeah.
just before your second helping of pumpkin pie, you can listen to us ramble on about a slasher movie.
Yeah, because what else would you want to do with your family?
You
on
don't want to
Thanksgiving?
spend time with them.
Yeah.
You want to spend time with us.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Join us on Thanksgiving to talk about Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. But until then, I'm Aaron,
I'm Josh.
I'm Toby.
and this has been The Real Opposites.